Hey BoLS fans, AdamHarry back again with another BoLS review. Today I'm going to be going over the Age of Sigmar booklets that came with the Age of Sigmar box set. These are the actual 4-page rules, the actual 96-page full-color booklet, and then the instruction manual or instruction guide for putting together the miniatures. So I'm going to run through all the stuff real quick. I'm going to go through the rules packet and the instructions first. We'll get to this, I promise. I just want to run through this stuff fast for you, so I'll set that to the side for now. So first off, 4-page rules. Most of this stuff is now online for free for your download, so you've probably seen it, but I want to go over this real fast. The rules themselves, it's a slightly laminated like hardback thing, not hardback, but like pseudo cardboard cardstock stuff, so it's pretty high quality. It's designed as a quick reference guide. It's the core rules, core mechanics of the games broken down for you. Super simple. Not a lot of examples, not a lot of diagrams, nothing like that, but this is the core rules of how to play Age of Sigmar. If you've read through these rules, you'll notice there's some room for interpretation on some things, but some things are pretty clear. It's designed to be a fast, fun, quick skirmish level game. On top of that, I mean, I haven't seen a 4-page handout for rules for a GW game in a long time, so I'm glad about that. It's pretty concise, pretty quick. Like I said, there are some questions that do pop up with the rules. All of these special rules or unit rules are in the War Scrolls, so it's kind of maybe borrow that mechanic from another game, but the unit War Scrolls, you want to have those with you anytime you play to refer back to what those special rules do. Maybe there's going to be a big book coming out one day with more detail on all the rules, some clarification, some things, some examples. I don't know, but for now this is what we got to work with. It does cover most of the stuff for playing just straight up Age of Sigmar from the box. So if you have the starter box, you could almost call these like a quick start rules set in some ways. I don't know if they're going to expand anymore, but that's all I'm going to say about that. It's super handy though, so I do think that's a positive as far as those quick start rules. The instructions, we don't really get to see these things too much, but these are included in the box, and they have all the models names. This is actually quite impressive if you think about it. The way they have, obviously these are from a CAD file, but whoever they have that goes in there and chops at the miniatures for the sprue does an amazing job. They should probably pay that person more money. I don't know, but they do a great job of cutting up the models for production. The assembly instructions are very clear. These models aren't really snap fit because you do need glue, but they did such a good job with the casting and everything that these guys go together like a snap. I've already put some together and they're just super easy, super clean. Even though they look super complicated, most of the models are 4 or 5 pieces maybe. Some of the bigger ones are more, obviously, but these little guys are super easy. There's like 4 or 5 bits. You just kind of snap them together and glue them. So we got to look through that. And you can see all the miniatures here in the box. These are all the Sigmarite guys, and we're coming up on the Chaos, the Koenig guys here. So the Lord of Khorne has quite a few doodads on him. He also has the Warhound, Chaos Khorne Warhound. This guy, the Bloodsecrator, he's probably one of my favorite model out of the Chaos guys. Well, the Lord's really cool too, but the reason is this guy has like this crazy neck spine thing, which is pretty hilarious. He's the standard bearer though, so he better have like a giant neck spine ponytail thing. So Bloodstroker, he's kind of funny. It's like the first fat Khorne guy with a whip I've seen, so that's all good. And this is actually a really cool cut. The Korgoth, I was really impressed with the way they did this. So they have the front piece, they have the first back half, so I guess a fourth of the model that snaps in right there. Then the other one goes in there, and then they have this giant piece that goes over the top. I mean, the way they designed it, the way they cut it up is really impressive. So that's some high quality minion miniature stuff there going on. So it's pretty cool. And then all the other Chaos guys, tons of Khornate doodads all over these guys. They're super high detailed of all of the miniatures. Really impressed with just the sculpting work they've done. So pretty cool. Some of these guys are kind of crazy with the way their arms and stuff are cut together. See if I can find a guy real quick. But yeah, this guy for instance, that's one bit with like the head and the joint. It's pretty nuts. It's just the way. We haven't seen this shot before. It's kind of an important one. It shows you everything you're getting in the box for both sides, built and assembled, and it's kind of got this reference scale. So I did want to show those off. Those are included in the starter box. So there you go. So that's the Stormcast Eternals and the Warbands corner. So got the quick stuff out of the way. Now let's jump into the book. This is the Age of Sigmar book. It's 96 pages, full color, as you said before. I just double checked. They don't really, it's not like a, you know, Age of Sigmar rule book or Age of Sigmar compendium or starter book or anything. It's just the Age of Sigmar book. It's a softback book, not hardcover. There's the front, there's the back. Yeah, it covers pretty much everything, all the essentials you need to know about the Age of Sigmar. So just jump on in. It's got tons of awesome photography work in it. Not a lot of art like hand-drawn or computer art, but tons of photography. The GW Studio did a knockout job going through with the photography work. So the contents here, table of contents, all the introduction, designed by the Games Workshop in Nottingham. No particular author, not designed by the studio, just designed by Games Workshop in Nottingham. We've got all of the stuff here, run through the contents. Introduction, Storm Made Flesh, which is more background story. Blades of the Blood God. Pageantry of War, that's going to be all the photos of everything and stuff like that. Fire and Thunder, forging your own legends and going through all that stuff. Battles Unleashed. They do have a ton of scenarios in here, which we'll run through. And then War Scroll Battalion. So the introduction, again, this is set after the Storm of Chaos, or sorry, the End Times, obviously, which they don't really talk too much about it, but yeah, Chaos 1, and basically what's going on now in the starting of this book, in the setting, the forces of light are trying to come back and start a foothold back across the planet, the Mortal Realms, and they're fighting the Chaos Gods, minions and stuff like that. So Chaos won, and they're kind of rampaging around, but now this Splinter faction has come out of the Aether and are here to fight back. So that's pretty much what's going on. Background story, just with these factions in this particular box set. Maybe there's gonna be more box sets going, I don't know, but just to flesh out the story more. So there you have the Stormcast Eternals, Stormcast Turtles, there we go. They have giant glowing hammers. They're superhuman in strength and imbued from Sigmar. And they've descended like the Twin Telecomet of old to smash face upon the foul Chaos Spawn. So again, just chock full of awesome photos. Sorry about the glare. We have a neat little, I guess, image of the Winds of Magic and stuff floating around like that, and talks about the different realms. So I'm not going to read these all off because I'm sure you guys have seen these online already, but you have all, 8 realms, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 realms, excuse me. Forgot about the Realm of Chaos. But yeah, all the different realms that people are fighting over, stuff like that. There are only 4 factions now in the universe. There are 4 overarching factions though, so we'll get into all that. We have the Dominion of Chaos, and obviously Khorne is heavily featured in this book. So it just talks about how Khorne's everything, taking skulls and whatnot. That's a bloodthirster fighting one of the Sigmar dudes. So it's pretty cool. Celestial Realm, Azir, known as the Celestial Realm, remains pristine. So this is where the good guys hail from. And again, just the art is phenomenal. The little art that they do have, that's like unique art, it's pretty sweet. So really happy with that. And then here we have the 4 different realms, or 4 different factions. We have the Forces of Order, Forces of Chaos, Forces of Death, and Forces of Destruction. So where have we seen all these before? So we've got the humans and stuff like that, maybe the elves and dwarves. We've got Chaos, that's pretty self-explanatory. We've got Death, which is, that's obviously Nagash right there. And they talk about him, Nagash, the great necromancer. So that's him, and it's all of Undeath is one faction now. And then Destruction, Forces of Destruction are akin to natural disasters. So who does that sound like? We've got the Aurochs, Grots, and Ogors. So brutal Aurochs are brutal green-skinned warriors. Sounds familiar. And smaller, sneakier cousins of Grots prefer craftier warfare. Sounds familiar. And then burly Ogors, driven by gluttony, devour everything in their path. Sounds familiar. So there you have it. That's the new forces breakdown. So Storm Made Flesh. That looks a lot like a chapter hierarchy. Just want to throw that out there. If you have seen the Space Marine 40K Legion HQ, maybe this is Sigmar's Legions. That's how it runs there. So Vandus Hammerhand, Lord Celestant, and first of his chamber. So that's the Lord Commander and all the fun guys underneath him. So Heldor Tempor, or Heraldor Temper, Judicator, Relictor, Valedictor, Temple, Sassosanct Chamber, Ruination Chamber, Exemplar Chamber, Harbinger Chamber, Warrior Chamber, Extremist Chamber, Auxiliary Chamber. So, sounds familiar. So, yep. Here we have Lord Celestant, Vandus Hammerhand, Sworn Enemy of the Dark Gods. He's pretty cool looking. Like the model itself is very impressive. I forgot the name of the thing he's riding, but it's like a Dragacat or something. Thundercat, maybe? I don't know. They probably got sued for that or something. I don't know. Lord Relictor, Ionis Cryptoborn with his awesome chaplain-esque head. So, it looks kind of familiar. So, we've got a HQ. Oh, wait, wrong game. Prosecutors. These guys are actually, like, up close. These models look really cool. I want to zoom in on this real fast, too, because I want to show something off. So, their wings, as you can tell, they are not like feather wings. Those are light beams that are shooting out of their jetpacks or something. I don't know, but that's what the prosecutors look like with their double-hander or two-handed hammer, double-wielding hammers, whatever, dual-wielding hammers, and their light wings. So it's pretty cool looking. I do like those models. So, but they're not winged dudes. Retributors. These are the guys with the giant hammers. These are pretty cool. They actually look like they're striking the power chord stance if you're a guitar player. So that's what they remind me of, but with a giant hammer. So they're ready to rock, as it were. Liberators. These are the guys with the shields and the hammers, single shields and hammers. These guys, they have pretty cool. I really like their models. They're simple, but they're really well done. They just have a nice, clean form to them. So I like that a lot. And then a nice big group shot. Blades of the Chaos Gods. We'll go over all this stuff real fast. Korkis Cole, Mighty Warlord, Mighty Lord of Khorne. That's the dude we saw earlier with the Warhound. Threx Skullbrand, the Bloodsecrator. That's the guy with his crazy spinal hairpiece. Yeah. Vec the Flayer, Bloodstoker. Fatty McCorn Pants. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. But yeah, he's got a crazy like blood hand sword jammed in where his hand was. So, and then Skuldrek Korgoth, which is a crazy looking Hellbrute-esque guy. So just cool looking model though. It's almost like you could paint him green and like make it like a t-shirt he's wearing. And I'm just saying, like the Hulk in there. Blood Warriors. We've seen these guys. These are pretty cool Koenig guys. They look awesome. I don't know. I don't have any other words. Like, they're really impressive models. Just, they look cool. They look good. They look good in a pack together in a tabletop as a unit. The Blood Warriors are really cool looking, even with their silly bunny ears. And I've never been a fan of the bunny ears, but honestly, these guys might win me over. I don't know. The Blood Reavers, which I guess you get as you rank up in Khorne, you get more clothes. I don't know how this works, but he, no t-shirt, doesn't care. Super awesome guy, all the armor. I'm just saying, pass down the loves. We have all the nice cool group shot. I do like this photo. Again, the photos in this book are phenomenal. And I don't know if this is new terrain back here or not, but just throwing that out there. Maybe it is. I don't know. Some wall with corn skulls on it. Yeah, the photography in this book is amazing. Great job on the GW Studio with the photography and the rest of the art. So Pageantry War, this just goes over more of the painting style. So here's all the different chapters. Stormcast Eternal, Storm Hosts, as it were. Painting Hammers of Sigmar, super easy, super quick painting guide. This is just a quick how-to of this paint job, which is pretty awesome. I actually really like this because it's not like draw a circle, and draw the rest of the owl. It's a step-by-step guide. What they don't show you is how to color in the lines, which is one thing I have trouble with, and basically how to keep it clean. So, but they do a good job of everything else. It's pretty good. So yeah. Warbands of Khorne. So these guys actually have a little bit more intricate paint jobs than the other one, just because they're more gothic and more doodads on them and everything. So as you can see here, there's different color palette options, mostly revolving around different shades of red and darker blacks or grays, and some kind of bronzish bone cream color for the metals and metallics. So pretty straightforward. Then we get into how to paint flesh for these guys, which actually this is not a bad tutorial of how to do the flesh paint. So I was reading this the other day and was like, oh, I'm gonna give that a shot actually when I try to paint these guys. So it seems doable. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then Fire and Thunder, we jump into the kind of the battlefield list and stuff like that. So these are the missions and stuff like that. So first up, No Quarter. This is a it's kind of weird. This is, you can play it by yourself. It's a solo game. No Quarter can be played by one player, i.e. you. The following rules determine what the Gore-Tide units do during their turn, and you control the actions of Lord Celestant. When playing solo, choose who goes first in each battle round. There is no dice roll. So there's only 3 models involved in this scenario. I don't think this one's going to take off on the tournament scene. Moving on, and these do follow a story, by the way, so they have kind of a mini campaign for you, but then they have different setups. This is basically how the starter box works out. You have these different scenarios, and again, this was played on a 2x2 board or a tile. This one's played on a 2x4 board, which is 2 tiles. It just grows as you get deeper into the game with the different books. So you have 1 unit of Blood Reavers, 20 Blood Reavers, and then split the Blood Reavers into 2 units of 10. So really it's 2 units of 10, but whatever. And then they show you the deployments and stuff like that and how that all throws down. So Indomitable, this is played on a 2x2 again. And it gives you specifics for each one of these scenarios. It tells you exactly what to play. The Hammers of Sigmar army consist of the following, and it's got these models listed. Gore-Tide consists of the following, and it's got these listed. So these scenarios are designed specifically for the starter box. These are not like, you could modify them, I guess, if you wanted to, but that's how that works. The Storm Breaks, again, armies. This one's played on a 2x4, and then it's got specific units. Take these units, and then how that plays, and then also the extra story. This is basically following through the Lord Celestant, trying to establish a foothold on a demon-possessed world. So that's what's going on. Reign of Death. One player commands Hammers of Sigmar army, the other a Gore-Tide army. And again, this is the first big game we've seen. This is played on a 4x6 size board. Sounds familiar. Here's exactly what to take. Here's exactly what to take for the Chaos guys. So it's very straightforward. Explains how that all works. And then Death Knell. This is the first one we see. It's on a 6x4 table again, so 4x6 or whatever. And this is the basically the 2 armies are the same as those listed in the previous battle plan, Reign of Death. So those armies. However, in battle, both players are free to include additional units in their armies if they have the models available. So this is the first mission we've seen where it's not set like a story mission. It's kind of go nuts, and this is supposed to be the big finale, big throwdown. And again, if you've read the rules that are available online, you know that there are win conditions if you're outnumbered that can change up. So that's all available. So Battle Unleashed, I'm going to blow through the rest of this stuff real quick. I think you guys get the gist of the book here, but full color, looks pretty. More background story, shows off some other units. So we've got the Undead Armies, we've got more Nurgle Chaos, and these are Chaos Warriors on round bases. And yeah, everything's on round bases. It's just kind of teasing. And there's another shot. We see Chaos, more Khorne guys, Juggernauts on round bases, the oval bases and stuff like that. It's pretty straightforward. Skaven fighting Wood Elves, so I'm looking forward to that. Maybe they're going to release more books, or not more books, gotta release more books, more starter boxes that are like set battles or something like this book. Maybe that's the way they're going to go with it. Maybe it's going to be like a Skaven and Wood Elf battle box. That'd be kind of cool. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. Here are those lovely war scrolls. Talks about the abilities, saves, keywords, how this all works. So that's very important to read through Lord Celestit. And then just a quick breakdown. We've seen these already online, so I'm going to zoom in real fast and show you guys exactly what we're looking at. So we have a really basic stat profile. He's got 7 wounds. He moves 10 inches. He's riding a Dracoth Dragon Cat. He's got a 3-up save, and he has a 9 bravery or leadership. So the way combat works is whenever you take wounds, you roll a d6 plus the number of wounds you take and compare that with your bravery. If you're over your bravery, then that many models have to leave. It's kind of like the demon ability, what's it called? Instability, demonic instability, but it's different. That's not exactly how it works, but you get the idea. The to hit rolls and to wound rolls are built into the weapon profiles, not the unit profiles. So he uses this hammer, the Tempestos hammer. It's a 2-inch range, which is longer than other close combat weapons, so you can say he has reach. He has 3 attacks. He hits on a 3+, and he wounds on a 2+, and he has a rend of -1. Rend modifies their save, so he basically has a -1 to your saving throw. So it's a modifier, and then damage is a D3, so he hits pretty hard because he has a ton of wounds compared to some other guys. The Dracoth's Claws and Fangs, it's a 1-inch range of the model, not the base. 3 attacks, 3 to hit, 3 to wound, -1 to rend, -1 rend, and then also 1 damage. So every time you hit and wound, you do 1 damage. They check their armor save. If they pass, they're good. If they don't, they take a wound. So it's real simple. And then all of the special abilities and stuff like that, you can see there, Storm Breath, intolerable damage and stuff like that. So basically, rolls room for the Dracoth's Claws and Fangs attack is 6 or more. That attack has a damage characteristic of D6 rather than 1. So if you roll to wound with get a 6, you do a bunch more damage because it's claws. So that's pretty much it. And then his keywords down there at the bottom: Order, Celestial, Human, Stormcast Eternal, Hero, Lord Celestin. There's keywords affect other things, so at least they clean that up too. So Lord Lictor, I'm not going to go through all the War Scrolls just because of time. And as you see here, different weapons, missile weapons, melee weapons, the different saves and stuff like that. These are the prosecutors. They basically have a 2 wounds and a 4-up save. It seems like stuff in this game is going to die a lot more and a lot faster than, say, 40k, but maybe a little bit less than a typical fantasy game, in my opinion. Probably back and forth more. They seem to hover around the 3+, 4+ dynamic versus going 2-ups, 5-ups a lot of the time. So, yeah. So it's pretty funny. The Mighty Lord of Khorne, his reality splitting axe at the end of the combat phase. Roll a dice for each enemy model that suffered 1 or more wounds inflicted by the Axe of Khorne in that phase but was not slain. On a roll of 5-up or more, the axe cleaves a rent in the fabric of reality, hurling the victim to Khorne's realm. The model being rolled for is slain. So if you didn't kill him once, you get to roll again on a 5-up, dead. So pretty crazy. Yeah, if you wounded him and they saved. So just a ton of stuff. Like, you can't really read part of these rules. You can't really read them in a vacuum. You really have to read them all. So just to kind of get a grasp of how it plays. I mean, I've read the 2 leaders examples. It's not really the best examples, but you can read more War Scrolls online. They are available for free. And then they also have these battalion War Scrolls. Like, if you take all this stuff, you get these benefits. If you take all this stuff, you get these benefits. We've seen that before, but that's pretty much the whole book, page for page. Yeah. So overall review, again, really high quality stuff from GW. Nobody's shocked at that, especially for the price they're charging. It should be, but it's actually reasonably priced compared to their competitors. So for most of the world, I know there's some places where it's yeah, you guys are paying a lot more in taxes, but that's a whole other thing. Not my problem. Sorry. But Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the books, the rules, and the instructions are all great as far as put together quality, stuff like that. Deep diving into the rules, getting to play some games. I'm still up in the air about it, to be perfectly honest, as far as like what I think overall. I need to get more games in before I can really have a strong verdict one way or the other. But right now I'm having fun with it, and the models are fun to put together, so I'm enjoying that. I'm kind of enjoying the hobby aspect more right now. Just personally more than playing right now, so just kind of how the mood I'm in. So I feel like painting and modeling more right now than versus playing. So, but that's what we got going in. The book is beautiful, well done. GW on the book, 96 page full color of awesomeness. So if this doesn't get you hooked as far as like reading through here and actually reading the fluff and looking at the pictures, if that doesn't get you hooked, I got nothing. So anyway, AdamHarry signing off. This has been another BoLS review. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.